Today we are meeting a local chef. We're gonna do tacos from zero. I know nothing about cooking, but today I will learn everything about Mexican tacos.
We are going to the market. Vamos a hacer tacos al pastor. Entonces vamos a comprar las cosas para el mercado. So you're gonna help me out to pick up the vegetables we're gonna need for making all this stuff.
We're gonna need 2 white onions and green tomatoes for the green salsa. Cilantro and garlic we have at home. We also need red tomatoes for the red salsa. In Mexico, red tomatoes are called jitomates. We also need limes for the guacamole and of course avocado. But to select the avocado is not that simple. How to look for the one that luckily is gonna look good?
I hold them up and they don't look like rocks. Then I make a small pressure on it, you see? They feel really nice and soft. And then I scratch on the little stem here. Look nice. There is no dark point here. It means it won't grow. So this one could be really great. Try it. Here we go. And this one too look nice. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, before I forget, we'll pick up pineapples too, but this is a secret ingredient. You'll soon find out why. You might be used to calculators, but in these markets in Mexico, our friend Marcelino told us that he still prefers the writing method, and I must confess he's super fast. Now it's time to pick up the dry chilies, and we're going to pick particularly those that we can bend without cracking too much, so it will be easy to open and clean it. We have almost all the ingredients. Normally it's now the moment to go and pick up the meat.
La mejor carnicería de México. Es correcto, la número 1.
But you know already we're vegetarians, so we're going to tweak the recipe a bit. Don't worry, this is very simple, we just need more vegetables. So let's grab some bell peppers, courgettes, nopales. These are the buds of the nopal cactus and very popular in Mexico. And some chile poblano, mild chili pepper originating in the state of Puebla, Mexico. That's all we need from the market, but before taking the bus and start cooking, you need to know I didn't have breakfast, so our chef recommended some really good street food called tacos de canasta. Literally means basket tacos. Typically customers gather around the stall and consume the tacos standing on the spot, and this is exactly how we're gonna do it. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Full belly, so let's walk some blocks to earn at least one taco and take the metro bus. I don't know why people say don't take the bus. It was not too bad. Well, this is called Metrobus, Metrobus. Okay, we got all the ingredients. Now it's time to cook. Rule number 1. Wash your hands and put your apron. A cocinar, a cocinar. The next step is to start chopping stuff, making sure I don't cut myself with one of these professional knives. We start preparing the guacamole, roast the vegetables, and start using our secret ingredient, the pineapple. This takes approximately 2 hours. Okay, I talked too much about the pineapple. The real goal is to hold our whole thing so we can little by little build a tower of vegetables and of course paint it in incredibly hot chili. Now that we finished our towers, we'll put them in the oven. While we wait, we prepare the green salsas. The next step is to prepare the tortillas. It looks very complex, but in reality it is about mixing flour and water. Then once the dough is ready, not too dry, not too humid, I start rolling and making some balls, which will be the tortillas. As you can see, I have an unfair competition today. Christine is a professional chef and I hardly cook. So she's now helping me a little bit with the rolling as I seem to be too slow. Oh my gosh, I managed to finish this tortilla, so now let's move on to the next section. We'll use a magic device called tortillera. This is a lifesaver because you put the tortilla ball around the middle, not exactly in the middle, but for me it didn't really matter too much, as my first tortillas were a mess anyway. My first mistake, I broke one side of my tortilla because I didn't use a plastic to take it out.
What did you do?
I cut it.
You took the tortilla from the plastic?
Yeah.
Yeah, you take the plastic from the tortilla.
And this is my second mistake.
You threw it. You didn't let go.
I need to count till 12 seconds to flip my tortilla. 8, 9.
Le damos una vuelta, checamos el otro lado. Bonita coloración.
In the meantime, the oven is ready and it's time to see how our veggie towers look like. Not too bad actually.
Primera tortilla, excelente.
Excelente.
Tortillas made, veggie towers ready. I'm really hungry and hopefully you too. So let's sit and eat. And this is how you make tortillas with a local in Mexico City. I need to be honest with you, you see me smiling, but I felt very uncomfortable as cooking is not my thing and I've made a lot of mistakes today. But what I learned is that this is what it takes to really understand other cultures. How can I understand Mexico if I don't even try to make their own food? Embracing discomfort seems to trigger real change, and this is what I want, because how can I possibly see all 197 countries in the world without discomfort? If the journey to 197 countries sounds remotely interesting, please subscribe so you and I can travel together every week. See you in the next one.